Was it this one?
Just creates like separation. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes. Makes the
On the
claim
same
of
page.
infinite knowledge or whatever.
Yeah.
But I wanted to make clear the distinction, I guess. Because it's not a claim about knowledge that I have. It's a claim about knowledge that I know I don't have.
Does that make sense? I mean, I can stab at myself if you'd like.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, I could not 100% tell you with full honesty that I know, without a doubt, that God is real.
Sure.
I can't.
Yeah.
And that's, like, I don't... It sounds bad, but, like, I kind of like that aspect of me personally as compared to other Christians.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them are like, there is no doubt in my mind that he is real. And I'm like, well, you don't know that.
Sure.
Like, you haven't even been in the Milky Way.
Yeah,
Get out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say that. Yeah, no. Like, I can't say that I know. It's more or less based on how my life has gone and how it has affected me, I have faith that it is true.
Yeah. And I can agree with that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Something that I don't know, and I guess that's why I like brought it up, is that in some sense, especially with recent events, sometimes an ideology says like, oh, I'm just going to be over here and you can be over there and that's fine. But it's whenever that wall is breached, whenever it's like, here is my place and I'm going to make it my place to become a part of your place. And so like, as we know that the Charlottesville thing that occurred a few days ago.
Saturday, I think it was.
Yeah. That these people gathered in some sense to preserve history, whatever that intent means, but in another sense it also says, like, we don't want you to have things. Like, we don't want you to have things.
Right.
And so, like, that is an important distinction between I'm here, and I have these things, and you're there, and you have these things. Right?
Yeah, no, definitely.
What was your response to, like, just seeing that?
So, for me personally, because I know that my opinion is favored by nearly nobody, but I want to premise it with an explanation.
Yeah.
So that it's not immediately turned down.
Yeah.
For me personally, I've always had an immediate understanding of, like, okay, so if we had a pizza here and there was one slice left and I knew that I wanted the pizza, but I didn't say anything, and you went ahead and ate the pizza, like, for me, yes, there is that, oh man, I really wanted the pizza.
Sure.
But at the same time, and I've been like this for as long as I can remember, at the same time, I'll almost immediately go, yeah, but he also wanted the pizza.
Sure.
And you didn't really say anything. It's almost a curse and a bless at the same time to be able to almost immediately see what I would consider both sides of the story. It becomes a problem of late because it tends to not be a favorable thing to do.
Mm.
A lot of arguments when it comes to events like what happened in Charlottesville
Yeah,
tend
yeah.
to be if you're not with me, you're obviously against me.
Yeah.
So when I come along and I'm like, well, yes, but this,
Mm-hmm.
it typically doesn't go over well.
Yeah.
So with that premise,
Mm-hmm.
um, I do think it is a bit wrong for this group. I'm not sure if they're calling themselves white supremacists
Mm-hmm.
or neo Nazis,
Sure.
whatever the title they're
Yeah.
going under. It is wrong for them to demand something to the extent that they want to hurt somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I do agree with everybody on that. Like,
Yes.
that is wrong. Um, at the same time, though,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there people on social media have been identifying them
Mm.
and getting them fired.
Mm.
I mean, they've been kicking them out,
Yeah, yeah.
slathering their names and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, that's no better. Like, I mean, they're not.
Yeah.
It's not a great group of people,
Sure.
but if somebody threatens you with a knife and you just stab them,
Mm-hmm.
you are threatening them with a knife.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. To the extent that So I think that I've mentioned this on a different podcast too, but like punching Nazis is bad.
Yes.
And that's because it creates a dangerous precedent.
Right. Yeah.
Whenever you say it's okay to punch X, now you have to like make clear like it's not okay to punch Y, not okay to punch Z, not okay to like. So who can you punch? So it's just okay to do these things to some people, but not
Right.
these people. And so it's just like it starts becoming a terrible spiral down. Like, well, you're this thing, and that's just along the line of punchable. So we're
Right. Yeah.
At the same time, though, a lot of what has been coming up lately has been freedom of speech is not necessarily freedom from consequences. And yeah, these people have every right to assemble and say these things out loud. But I don't want to work with a Nazi.
And yeah, I mean that makes sense.
Like I'll like have a conversation and try and convince them otherwise, sure. But like if we are at a company and we have to cooperate and do these things together, I also have to know that in the back of my mind this person is potentially dangerous to me, a brown person.
Right. Yeah, and that's understandable. Like there's three careers that I would never wish on another soul. One of them is customer service.
Mhm.
The second one is fighting in a war that you want no part of.
Mhm.
And the third one is working somewhere where everyone has a different belief. Those are the three things that I would never, ever, ever wish on another person, because that is a surefire way to be miserable.
Mhm.
I mean, even if it was just putting a Nazi, surrounding him by, a bunch of like Christian black people.
Mhm.
Like, I wouldn't want to do that to him, because now
Mhm.
he's going to be miserable and upset and angry all the time. I mean, sure, he's not a great person, but I wouldn't wish wrong on him like that.
I would also wish for him to change his mind.
Well, yeah, obviously that's like the go-to. I mean,
or her mind. I guess there's still
yes,
female Nazis. Can't be misogynistic whenever you're talking about Nazis, I guess.
Right. Yeah, I mean, definitely the primary desire is for people to just chill out.
Yes.
to put it simply. But I mean, in the situation where they refuse, I still don't think it's anything right to do anything wrong to them.
Mm.
Kind of going with the idea of freedom of speech is not freedom from consequences.
Mm-hmm.
Yes and no. Um, like, they should have the right to freely assemble
Yeah,
and
yeah,
say those
yeah, and
things
they do.
and walk around with their tiki torches or whatever they want to do,
Yeah, but
and
not run anyone
but
over.
not run anyone over. Exactly. So, in my personal opinion,
Mm.
if they had just done the march and the chant and the
Mm-hmm.
tiki torches, I would have summed that up to maybe a noise disturbance. Maybe call the cops because they're being a little loud and you need some sleep.
Mm.
Outside of that, though, man, just let them march and chant their little hearts away.
Mm.
And in the morning, you aren't going to see them.
Yeah,
like,
but the other problem is that like you still like you still have to deal with these people later because by like yes they have the freedom to gather and all of that,
yeah.
but also what they were saying is like, you know, we are superior and all other people are inferior,
Yes.
you know, and
It's
so
a total hate group.
yes, so you do have to like keep that in mind that whenever you say something like, "Oh, I hate my boss" on Facebook, your boss might see that and be like, "Hey, you don't like working with me? Then you know what? You can just find yourself another job."
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yes. That, yes. Yes. Um, in a perfect world, the line would be drawn at, oh, he hates whatever. That would be the end of it.
Mhm.
Okay, well, thank you for taking the time out of your day to express your hatred.
Mhm.
Have a nice life.
Sure.
They would have marched, gone home, and been like, yeah, we made ourselves heard, and
Mhm.
go about their life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is not where the line gets drawn. The
Mhm.
line just keeps getting pushed further and further and further.
Mhm.
Eventually, I'm sure it will become a problem.
Mhm.
With the way things are going, the line's going to either wind up on the problem dial for one group before
Yes.
the others,
Mhm.
and that's going to be the big issue.
Yeah.
That's really all it's boiling out to
Mhm.
right now. But it could be the Nazis, it could be some other group. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But that's the primary problem with it.
Mhm.
Outside of that, though, there really isn't a problem with them
Mhm.
inherently being Nazis. I mean, that's just how they choose to live their life. My biggest issue with it is I'm kind of sad that they have to spend so much of their time focused on such a negative hatred
Mhm.
of such a general and unspecific thing.
Mhm.
Like, I mean, I can specify that I absolutely loathe slow internet connections. There is nothing in the world, and I mean, a lot of people can go, yeah, yeah, I hate that too.
I
But
wonder if
to
there's a Facebook group of people that hate slow internet connections, but there's probably not a whole lot of people in that group because they have a slow internet connection.
right, you make a post and then like over the next like 48 hours the comments come in. Oh, but I mean, I feel bad for them just because it's such a generalized hatred. Like, I hate new houses. Like, I mean, like, are you going
Yeah.
to take the time to figure out exactly when these houses were made?
Hmm.
It goes back to like stereotyping kind of
Sure.
things.
But it doesn't just stop at like, you know, a good old loud hatred. It continues on to political action
Right.
and
Yeah.
you know
Exactly. And
other sorts of actions.
that's where the issue begins.
Yeah.
Because hatred
Mm-hmm.
doesn't just stay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you just light a fire in the middle of your room, it's not going to grow to a certain point and then
Mm-hmm.
just kind of stop there.
Yeah.
It'll just keep going, and
Mm-hmm.
hatred works in the same way.
Yeah.
It just keeps going and going and going
Mm-hmm.
until you address it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
but that's why I feel that, like, so finding these people who were at this rally and being like, hey, this person advocates taking away the rights of certain people, and we think that there are consequences to advocating taking away the rights of certain people. And it's not taking away their rights. It's really just saying, like, we don't want to associate with you.
I mean, yeah, it's. I can agree with you there.
Yeah.
It's one thing to dissociate.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine if you honestly feel the need. Like, I think it was the Tiki Torches company.
Yeah.
Actually publicly
Yes.
dissociated themselves from the group.
Great meme.
I mean, I don't think that's necessary. That seems a bit overboard to me. But if you feel the need, you do it, dude.
Yeah.
You put that out there, you state your opinion, you go.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that's cool.
Yeah.
I have always found it interesting when people state their beliefs, because I like to sit there and go, oh, okay, I can see how that would affect everything.
Yes.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
But to stop and, like, start trying to harm them or,
exactly,
impart on their life, that to me is where it starts going overboard. And that gets to be a very unpopular opinion because, oh, you're defending the Nazis? No, I'm defending a fellow American who has a very problem.
Yes, they do have a problem.
They do.
And it would be best if they didn't have that problem. I also want to make clear that I'm not just like a good old-fashioned SJW, in the sense that, like, by advocating censorship, you are also advocating taking away rights. And so, while yes, we should not be happy whenever a Nazi is saying mean things freely outwards, but we shouldn't be unhappy because they're saying it freely. We should be unhappy because what they believe is harmful.
Right.
So, don't punch Nazis.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. The only big problem I see with, like your belief is harmful, or this is going too far, this is where the line needs to be drawn. The only thing that I found where that becomes an issue of its own is, like, a lot of that you're drawing off of your understanding and what you see as logical and what you see as making sense. And whereas you see, oh, don't punch Nazis, someone else may see, punch them every day, punch them for breakfast, punch them before I go to bed. That's the line. That's where the line needs to be drawn in a circle, where I punch.
Yeah, but that's also assault.
Yes, it is. Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But another way to really look at it is they're actually not the only ones. I mean, you have groups that hate white people. I mean, you have groups that hate women. You have groups that hate men. I mean, it's like trying to sort it out is like standing in no man's land in
Yeah.
World War II and trying
World War
to,
One.
um, history, World War I. Sorry, and trying to yell at everybody to stop firing the
Mm.
guns. I mean,
Yeah.
it's hard. It's
Mhm.
really hard.
Yeah. But that's why I get this nice little perfect setting where we can just yell into the airwaves and tell people to stop hating people.
Stop
Because
it.
that's what I want to do. In that, whenever you like, yeah, don't hate black people. Don't hate white people either. Because both of those are still racism.
Yeah, yeah. There was actually something I saw on Facebook. I think it was like a Tumblr post or something,
Mm-hmm.
but it was like this one person, and they pretty much addressed every last thing from the last couple of years in terms
Mm-hmm.
of like, oh, reverse racism, or the neo Nazis or
Mm-hmm.
whatever. And they like literally just went through
Mm-hmm.
tearing straight down. They're like, there's no such thing as reverse racism.
Mm-hmm.
It's just racism.
Yeah.
And like different statements like
Mm-hmm.
that. And it's like, gosh, if only everybody could just say things.
Yeah, except I've seen a few of those, and it some of those become problematic because some are not backed up by the information. Like I've seen one of those where like here's this point and this point and this point, like oh yeah, climate change is real, and like reverse racism is racism,
Mhm.
and then like chemtrails are real, and it's like whoa, whoa.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
There are
hold
certain
on a
points
second,
where
buddy.
it
It's
can
like,
kind
oh, and
of
then the
falls
world
off.
is flat. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah. I'm sorry. What? Right.
I had you with the first few, but come on, man.
I'm not sure where we're taking this.
um, yeah. But that's the thing too. So like I find that popular feminism lately has just become misandry rather than feminism. And misandry just is like basically the opposite of misogyny.
Mm-hmm.
And so once people start saying like all men must die, one, that's something that would just cause the end of humanity.
Yeah. I mean, point blank, it's illogical.
And two is not what the goal of equality is.
Yeah.
So I mean, if you want equality, you also have to understand what equality means.
Right.
And so in the sense that whenever women want equality, sure, let's do that. Let's advocate for everyone being paid based on like how well they do their job as opposed to whether or not they're male or female.
Right, or like even their qualifications. Oh,
Yeah.
well, she has a master's degree. You only got a bachelor's. She's getting paid more, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah, but as soon as you start making it to where like you have to hold the door open for me or don't ever hold the door open for me, either of those statements are kind of unnecessary because why would you like I'm just trying to be nice.
Yeah, right?
I'll hold the door open for any man or woman or non-man, woman, whatever you want to be, man. I just call everyone man anyways. But the balance is synthesis rather than thesis or antithesis, which
Right.
Thanks to our friend Hegel. Sorry to throw all this philosophy at you, but it's really just, I mean, that and then Buddhism talking about the middle way. it's in between rather than like one extreme or the other.
The primary, so, oh gosh, trying to think of the ways to speak without getting too like
Yes,
um
do it. I don't care.
so for me personally, as the, you know, the hierarchy privileged white man that I am, my marvelous 24, almost 25 years on this earth.
Yeah.
Um, for me personally, the way I've seen it is it's not really anymore, it's not really advocating for correcting a problem necessarily
Mhm.
as it is fighting for pickiness.
Yes.
So, I mean, to be perfectly honest, women kind of do have equal rights at this point.
Mhm.
I mean, if you take a step back, look at the 60s and 70s
Mhm.
and earlier where this was
Yeah.
a horrible problem,
Yeah, yeah.
and then look at everything lined up now,
Mhm.
you really do. You're
Yeah.
just fighting for, oh, well, I don't like the way you've tweaked this.
Sure.
I don't like the setting that the stereo is on.
Sure.
Something of that nature.
That's actually more of a cultural problem rather than
Oh no, it is definitely
um a
almost isolated to the United States.
well, not even that, but like, so where the culture has its values, some of these things just can't be done politically. Like if women have all the same rights as men, which they do, as far as the law goes,
Right.
um, then like, cool, you won. But
Yeah.
like, some men still treat women like crap. So like, that's not even really like a political problem as far as like rights go, but it's a
Right.
problem as far as like,
That's like
well, these
a sociology
people, yeah,
issue.
yeah, these,
And that's why I say, you know, like pickiness,
Mhm.
because you can't just flip a switch and change people.
Mhm.
Like, people are probably the most stubborn thing on this planet. I would rather
I don't know,
try.
cockroaches are pretty.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I would honestly rather try changing a diamond from being a diamond into something else
Mm.
than change any group of people to a single consensus on everything. Like, it does not, I cannot feasibly see that as possible.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest issue because in the United States, and I didn't really see it
Mm.
until it was pointed out to me by a science teacher in high school, but we are one of the only countries in the world
Mhm.
to have an almost entirely individualistic concept.
Yes.
I mean, from birth, you are special.
Yes.
You can do whatever you want,
Mhm.
and on and on and on, all the way
Mhm.
through adulthood. Whereas, like, other countries, it's like, well, your family is most important,
Mhm.
or your religion is most important,
Mhm.
and if you fail them, you suck,
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Mhm.
It's focused on the group.
Yeah.
And I personally think that's where a lot of these problems
Yes.
come from,
Very much so.
is because, well, I am special. Why does X have Y while I don't have Y?
Mhm.
I want Y, so
Mhm.
X should screw off and give me Y.
Yes.
You know?
But it's not like to that point, and I'm not saying this to you, I'm saying this to the hypothetical person not being happy with X or Y, that just because someone else has Y doesn't mean that you have to take it away from
Right.
the other person. That's And that's something that the individualism needs to understand, is that, like, yeah, the country prides itself off of its individualism, and it's a lot harder to make that culture shift. However, we also have to understand that it's a logical fallacy to think that if someone else is winning, you are losing.
Right. Yeah, like really the only place that is the truth is in a well, like contest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that is the only place that
Mm-hmm.
you can stop and go, "Oh yeah, Jenny is winning,
Mm-hmm.
therefore I am losing."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Jenny's in first, well, you're not.
Yeah.
That's how a contest or competition works.
Yes.
But I mean, if gosh, wow, this gets really hard really quick.
Mm-hmm.
If say for you, for instance, if you went to school and are surrounded by all these rich white kids,
Mm-hmm.
just because they're rich white kids doesn't mean that you are worse or
Mm-hmm.
suck or
Yeah.
that they just whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They're just some person that got born into a family with money.
Yeah.
That's literally all it is.
Yeah.
It's not even special.
Yeah. Yeah. And then, I'll get to be angry at my own circumstances, I guess. But
Yeah.
but yeah, exactly. I can't just start taking away, like, I don't know. Well, just because I don't have a car, I'm going to make sure that no one has a car.
Right, right. And that's why I really like shows kind of like Rick and Morty. Because they hold on to these ideas of, no, you're not special.
Yes.
You're just another body existing on the face of a infinitely multi-dimensional universe or something like that. I don't know that I believe in the multi-dimensional concept, but yeah, you are another human being. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
To spend all your time huffing and puffing just because someone else started off in what you see as more favorable circumstances, it's kind of wasting your time when you could be creating the favorable circumstances.
Yeah. And not also, like, you don't have to be creating the favorable circumstances just for yourself. You can create them for other people too.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, if it's such a big, horrible problem, go into politics. Fight for it to be changed.
Yeah. Or, start a charity or a nonprofit or something like that.
There you go. Yeah. That works too.
Let's dig out of this rabbit hole.
Okay.
Video games.
Yes.
I beat Firewatch today.
Firewatch. Yes. Okay.
Have you played Firewatch?
I didn't play it myself.
Okay.
But I watched through it on YouTube.
Going back to, like, the last podcast, we had a conversation about indie games and such. It's getting to the point to where I think indie games are just better than AAA games.
In certain circumstances, yes. Kind of like with, I think, what was it, last year or the year before, it was like pretty much the year of Kickstarter for indie games.
Yeah.
And you had all these people, like the creator of Mega Man.
Yeah.
Half the group from Banjo-Kazooie.
Also, oops.
Not sure why you're saying oops, but...
Well, no, because the Mega Man Kickstarter, like, that game did not end
Oh
up
yeah,
well.
that flopped.
And then
Definitely.
a lot of people
The
were
Banjo
like
Kazooie one
on the
was it was okay,
yeah
but it didn't really bring anything new to the table.
yeah
Like it almost felt like a reimagining of the original game,
hmm
which I mean it was great. Like I
yeah
loved it, but it was like
okay
this feels really familiar.
hmm
But I mean it didn't do so bad.
yeah
Or like here coming out, I think either late this year or early next year, the creator of Castlevania came
hmm
back with something new,
yeah
um, which looks pretty,
yeah
you know, hopey. But I mean, you had a whole bunch of like these people who were previously part of the AAA, and
hmm
they came to the indie scene,
hmm
and I think they are not necessarily like, oh yeah, they did better than all the other indie people, but
hmm
like they're the easiest to make an example out of
hmm
because not only do they have the qualities and all of the makings of an indie game, but they still were able to get the money
hmm
relevant to a AAA game.
yeah
So one of the best points to make about indie games versus AAA games.
hmm
AAA games nowadays, they're basically running with formulas.
hmm
Like Mario games, it's gonna be jumping, landing on things,
hmm
collecting power ups, and completing stages.
yeah
Um, I mean, gosh, Zelda's.
hmm
For the longest of time,
although
you
Breath
could
of the
go.
Wild is
Yeah,
different.
that really broke the mold. But I mean, for the longest of time, you could go. Yeah, it's gonna be 3, and then 5 to 7, and then 1, and you win
Yeah.
in terms of how many temples there are,
hmm
and it would follow the formula.
hmm
But like when you stop and look at indie games on these Kickstarters and stuff, well, they would just come up with an idea.
hmm
And hey, here's a glimpse of what my idea could be.
hmm
And then people would fund it,
hmm
throw in a comment, hey, it would be cool if you did this.
hmm
Or it'd be cool if you added this.
Yeah.
Or I really like this part of this game that's
hmm
really similar. Could you add something like that?
Yeah.
And I personally feel like more often with the indie developers
hmm
versus the AAA developers, not only do they listen to this,
hmm
but they are solely on the lookout for it.
hmm
Like, going back to the creator of Castlevania
hmm
and this new game, I think it's Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. So when he was sitting there, and they have the budget goals, like if
hmm
we make this much, I'll add this.
Yeah.
To a certain extent, yes, he did list,
hmm
but then after that, he didn't list what would be there.
hmm
And he just listed like, oh, if we make this amount, we'll add something. And
hmm
it's like, oh, what are we going to add? You had no idea.
hmm
But the whole time they were just sitting there sifting through what do people want to see? What do people
Yeah.
want in this game?
hmm
And so they went through and collected this information, got the most, okay, so people definitely want to see a second playable character.
hmm
So if we meet this goal, we'll, hey, second playable character.
Yeah.
Or like adding retro themes to the
Mhm.
stages and retro music,
Yeah.
boss rushes, and things like that. And they went through and just added things that people
Yeah.
wanted for that extra
Mhm.
amount. And you see that so much more in these indie games.
Yeah.
Whereas AAA games, by the time you even hear that this game is coming,
hmm
they're most of the way through developing this game and no longer have room to listen to you.
Yes. Or they've delayed it so many times that even receiving any more suggestions as to what the game should be would just delay it even more.
Oh, are we talking about Kingdom Hearts
So much.
3?
Anything. But yes, that and just like all of the other delays that have happened from AAA.
There's actually quite a
Devs.
few.
Yeah, exactly. And so, I mean, I think flexibility is the word. Like,
Oh, yeah.
that AAA, like, Activision has Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is this massive, like, $1 billion whatever that's just like this juggernaut just powering through November that October or November.
I think it's November.
Okay.
Yeah.
That everyone just buys,
Right.
and that the corporation has to go like, well, we know that people like these things, and we have to meet these criteria, and if we don't, the game won't sell as well. We won't have our billions of dollars.
Right.
So the game has to be this.
Yeah. The way that I see it, to put it, I guess, in perspective, it's kind of like driving a car. I mean, if I'm driving a little, speedster motorcycle and I'm going under the speed limit, if someone standing on the side of the road goes, "Hey, you shouldn't go there," it's kind of easy for me to slow down and go, "I'm sorry, what did you say? Oh, I shouldn't go there? Okay, I'll turn here."
Yeah.
Whereas if I'm driving like a semi and flying down the road, I'm not even going to hear it. Yes. It's not even, like, a lot of the times, especially like with Nintendo, they try to listen. And you can definitely see it, especially with Zelda, like you'd mentioned, Breath of the Wild. Completely different. Overhauled it way back to the absolute first Zelda ever, and it was a massive success. If they didn't listen, that would have never happened, because, I mean, it's not like sales were hurting that bad. It's Zelda.
Yes.
But they did listen, and that's why that happened. It just takes them longer, being such a massive corporation, to be able to change the general direction of the semi-truck.
Yes. Yeah, and I think that's the thing, that, like, someone like Activision, Nintendo, or EA, or whatever, they have just, like, this giant team of people that were like, it has to be these things, and if we don't, we can't, like, make the amount of money that we've already sunk into this thing.
Right.
As opposed to an indie dev who's just like, oh yeah, we can do that. We have, like,
oh, hey,
I don't know, like 50 people on the team. We can work on that.
Hey, Tom, do you think you could get started, like, throwing this around, maybe?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, like, the most recent game that I beat that was Kickstarter was Hyper Light Drifter.
Yes.
And Hyper Light Drifter is beautiful. It's just like this artsy, like, 8-bit-ish, like, mysterious adventure, and it's really hard, and it's really cool and eerie, but, like, I don't know, like, Activision's never gonna make that.
Right. And that is why indie games get the ball rolling so hard. Because indie developers, I mean, outside of these previously AAA people who hit Kickstarter and get more money than you're ever going to hold in your lifetime, other than them, indie developers are pretty much just other gamers.
Yeah.
And so 9 times out of 10, when they do make a game, it's not some, oh, this could be the next AAA. It's I thought this idea was pretty nifty. And, I wrote it down one day, and it's been sitting on my desk for 3 years.
Yes.
Might as well do something with it.
Yes. And then the other thing about indie games is that, in general, they're shorter. Like, like I beat Firewatch over the course of, like, 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Because it's, like, a 3-hour game. So cool.
Yeah, right.
As opposed to, like, looking at something like, what was the most recent, like, big open world thing that came out.
First thing that comes to mind, Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
Um, Gosh, I think before they added anything, they proclaimed over 200 hours of gameplay, which that is quite a lot of time.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know. Like, aside from those people who are just like, I did everything. I'm never touching it again. You know, like, nobody's going to do all of that.
Yeah.
But if you present them say, I don't know, something like Hyper Light Drifter, or maybe even Fez. Fez had a lot of secrets in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And you're like, hey, there's a ton of secrets. That game doesn't take too long to beat. I could go back and look for those secrets.
Doesn't take 200 hours.
No, nowhere near. Yeah, so you can say, hey, well, I can go look for those secrets.
Yeah.
Like, it when the task doesn't seem as overwhelming, adding to said task is not unbearable.
Yeah. And that's why, like, I loved Fallout 3. It's amazing. There's so much to do, so much to explore, and whatever. And then whenever Fallout 4 came out, one, I don't have a next-gen console yet, so that's another reason. But just looking at it and being like, I have to go to school.
Right.
And I have to work on stuff. So, maybe I don't need to sink 200 hours into a video game.
Like, I actually played Fallout 4 on YouTube for quite a bit there.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as I can remember, I easily hit like 46 episodes, and I think like in the middle of that last recording session, I was like, man, I've really been playing this a while. So I was like, I'm gonna take a pit stop.
Yes.
A little pause in the middle of this, in between episodes, and see exactly how far in the game I was. And like, I think I was just barely scraping a fourth of the way. Yeah. And I was like, okay, I'm either really awful at this game, or this is just way too big. And between the both of them, I was like, I'm putting this on hold and playing something else. Yeah. I mean, outside of the realization of you can't just do the exact same thing every day and expect growth, I would go crazy. Like, that becomes a job. And you don't want your creative output to be a job.
Yes. On the other hand, Overwatch. It is like the same thing. Yeah. Over and over again. And still, like, people love it.
Oh, yeah. Games like Overwatch, Heroes of the Storm, League of Legends. I mean, I love League of Legends. I really enjoy the game.
The community is cancer, but,
Oh, yeah, that just goes with competitive. They just hand in hand. Yeah. But, I mean, I really enjoy the game. I love the strategy. I love being able to go, oh, I'm going to customize myself this way because they have this and we have this. I love that. Yeah. That's great to me. And being able to see how it works out and being able to compete and see if I'm better than other people. Yeah. I love it. But yeah, no, that is an endless game. That is a rabbit hole, my friend. And the better you get at said rabbit hole, the deeper it goes.
Yeah. And that's why I just, like, I don't know. There was a time where I played multiplayer and I really enjoyed it. Like, I got into Halo for like quite a bit, and like the curve of like, oh, if you're like good, like, but there's like really good, and so like
360 no scoping.
Yeah. And at some point I had sort of like hit like one of the barriers to break through. I was like, you're good, but you're not like this good. And I was like hitting that barrier, and it was just like, this isn't
Yeah.
fun anymore.
Yeah, no. And I mean, I don't think that you should ever push
Mhm.
when something stops being fun.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, for me personally, even looking at like a workplace thing,
Mhm.
I think that everybody should have an easy out of a job,
Yeah.
but still be able to survive
Mhm.
should they find that this job is no longer enjoyable in any
Yeah.
degree. Like, I mean, obviously, some things are going to be work
Mhm.
and you don't want to do them.
Yes.
That's just life. But
But if it's like being hazardous to your health, you should probably not do that.
exactly, yeah, like the Halo thing, you didn't find it interesting anymore. So
Mhm.
if you don't have that drive,
Yeah.
well, it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah. I think there was a time, I don't know, maybe it was a couple of years ago, where I can't remember what game it was. Um, I think I had like a NES emulator on my phone at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to play Final Fantasy 1.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point I was just like, I know I'm not like anywhere in this game, and I'm just not having fun. And I was talking to a friend about it, and he was like, you don't have to beat that game. Like, you don't have to play the game.
Right.
And I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, like, I don't know, people make such a I'm better than thou situation or competition out of gaming as a whole, but like, I mean, I I've calmed down a lot, but I
Mhm.
still view myself as a over the top diehard Final Fantasy fan.
Yeah.
I will sit here and argue with everybody all day about it.
Yeah.
But I mean, if someone were like, I did play the game, but I didn't quite enjoy it, I'll just be like, oh, okay, so
Yeah. Yeah.
what parts did you like? Or
Mhm.
what parts did you not like? And
Yeah.
I'll be like,
Exactly.
yeah, okay, cool.
Mhm.
So what games do you enjoy?
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
I'm not going to badger somebody for
Yeah.
having a differing opinion,
Mhm.
but I will argue that it is better than other games.
Sure. Sure.
But that's just my opinion.
Well, yeah, but I mean, would you tell someone to play Final Fantasy 1 if they've never played a JRPG?
I mean, if they've never played a JRPG, they've never played Final Fantasy, I would definitely, yeah, I'd be like, hey, I really enjoyed this game.
Mm-hmm.
There's quite a few people who have also enjoyed this
Yeah,
game.
yeah. But I'm
Give it
saying
a try.
specifically Final Fantasy 1.
I probably wouldn't go for Final Fantasy 1 unless if they were more into classic stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, it really depends person to person because
Yeah.
they can all be so differing.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I would definitely say give it a try.
Mm-hmm.
If you were at all interested, I'd say give it a try.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, then okay.
Yeah. What I'm saying is there's so much grind in Final Fantasy 1.
Oh yeah, there was a bit. Yeah. It's nowhere near as bad as 2.
Really?
Yeah. So understanding that 2 is not 4, but 2 that we never got.
Mm-hmm.
So that 2. That one you weren't actually grinding levels, you were grinding stats. So you had to perform specific actions in battle to get specific stats.
Jeez.
So it pretty much multiplied the number of battles by like 5 just to get each stat on each person.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it became problematic.
Yeah.
That one actually took me like 4 years to beat.
Yeah.
Just because like all that, and then at one point I lost the save data, and I was just like, nope.
Yeah. I think so. Honestly, at this point, my favorite game is Transistor. It was Fable 1 for a long time, but more for like the nostalgia. But Transistor, what?
That's the second game from the people that made Bastion.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Transistor is short. It's beautiful. It's smart. the music is amazing, and like you can sink 20 hours into it if you want.
Mm-hmm.
That would be weird. But like uh it's such a good game. And that to me says a lot more than like trying to, you know, sink in 500 hours into like The Witcher or something.
Right. I mean, yeah. Again, if see for me, like I love JRPGs,
Mm-hmm.
and to me, like it's a really odd concept to have, but that I gotta go grind up levels to be
Mm-hmm.
able to beat this guy.
Mm-hmm.
To me, that only makes it more important
Mm-hmm.
because I invested in this thing
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to beat this guy and we finally did it.
Yeah.
And that to me is more of a triumph than just I beat the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like to me, whoa, was that a boss? Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's just what I like.
Yeah, yeah.
But and like if I go play, something like Child of Light, where it's
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be just a light RPG,
Mm-hmm.
I'll sit there and grind out
Yeah.
those levels like, yes, I want to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
those stats go up.
Yeah.
I'll do that because I like the JRPG
Mm-hmm.
field and if I enjoy it. It keeps
Yeah.
me going, so
Yeah.
whatever. And if that doesn't do it for you, go beat the game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care.
Yeah, and that's something that I find interesting with like you playing Final Fantasy 15 is that it's a bit less JRPG than the rest of the Final Fantasies.
Definitely.
And so like you had gotten at like one point and you were like, "Oh, I'm this level," and I was like, "Whoa!" Like
Yeah.
everything else in the story, you're just gonna smash. Like,
yeah. Right, because, I mean, gosh, I think the story missions were level 20.
Mm-hmm.
I was sitting up at 45, 46.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do the side missions
Mm-hmm.
and unlock things
Yeah.
and upgrade my weapons.
And, maybe you're only a quarter of the way through the story, but you're actually a high enough level to beat the game.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
But to me, that's always been okay to have happen.
Mm-hmm.
Just because, well, while I'm over here beating secret Sephiroth boss and it's been the hardest struggle of my day, when I go to finish the story, I can just focus on the story and the gameplay of that portion.
Yeah.
So that's always been more enjoyable to me, other than like sitting there and dying repeatedly at the same spot, and then that one time you finally get it, but you're still so frustrated over all the losses that the story now, this cutscene loses a bit of meaning because you're lost in frustration. So,
are we talking about a specific game here?
Yeah, yeah. Definitely talking about Kingdom Hearts. Yeah,
That's what I figured.
Critical mode on those stupid final mixes. Yeah, definitely one of those moments, and that's where I began the formula, I guess, of over grinding early.
Yes,
and it makes a world of difference in the enjoyment.
Yeah, yeah. Plus, having to watch that unskippable cutscene.
Oh god. Yeah, no, those were not my happy days.
If you're a game developer, don't make unskippable cutscenes.
Yeah, like maybe the first time it's viewed, have it be unskippable, but anytime thereafter, please God, make it skippable.
Last question that I usually ask on the second ones. What's something that you've been playing or watching or listening to that you want people to see that you're excited about?
Okay. So I am horribly behind. I think this was a big thing last year, or possibly the year before. But I think it was not this last weekend, the weekend before.
Mm-hmm.
I had a little bit of a vacation.
Mm-hmm.
I actually plowed through the entire first season of Stranger Things.
Yes.
That was actually really good.
Yes.
I had heard quite a bit about it,
Mm-hmm.
but like being a Netflix exclusive, I was
Mm-hmm.
just always, I'll watch it latest.
Mm-hmm.
But I read an article that they're having a second season coming out.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I guess I'll go ahead and watch it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was actually really good.
Yeah.
I've always really loved like 80s themes.
Mm-hmm.
Like 80s themed horror films,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of it. Like I really love the aesthetics.
Mm-hmm.
So having that show with such heavy influences from the 80s, it was kind of like a heyday for me. So I really liked that. I honestly think that if anyone should have an interest in the 80s and not, have like really big problems with like horror themes,
Sure.
I wouldn't necessarily say that it was like purely scary,
No.
but it had some horror themes.
Yeah.
I would definitely say give it a try.
Yes. Definitely.
It was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I personally liked it.
Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah.
The music was also really cool.
Yeah.
It's by this, I think, duo called Survive.
Uh-huh.
And they do like synthy ambient music.
Yeah.
I think they have a few albums, and if you're just like having to do stuff or you don't want lyrics in the background, just put on Survive, and like you'll just be transported to some weird 80s dimension.
I know I'm going to be looking at it now
Yeah.
because I really like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that I think it's the Duffer Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that they had handled all of it by themselves,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't know that there was a third source for the music. But yeah, they really hit the nail on the head with that.
Yeah. What about games? What are you playing?
Games. So, man, it's really been kind of all over the place lately. I did pick up Pyre.
I have yet to do that, and I really, 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 really want to.
Well, I can say with great certainty that you will not be disappointed.
I know.
Like, I don't know, watching, I can't think of their name.
Supergiant.
Yeah, watching Supergiant, like, from Bastion,
Mm-hmm.
and looking at Transistor, and now looking at Pyre, it's
Mm-hmm.
like, I almost feel like they're purposefully one-upping the previous game,
Yes.
like, doing it as a business ploy.
Yeah.
But yeah, they definitely, like,
Mm-hmm.
of what I've seen of Transistor and having beaten Bastion,
Mm-hmm.
like, I can stop and go, oh yeah, they know what they're doing. Thus far, they know.
Yeah. Awesome. I've been playing, like I said, I beat Firewatch. I'm like replaying it with like they have like an audio commentary like version thing. So I'm doing that, which is really cool, and also started Ori and the Blind Forest, which is also very good and very hard.
And see, that's another one of those games where, I mean, on my YouTube channel,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, nowhere near being done quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I think I beat it in like 40-something, 50-something episodes. But I could have easily stretched that to like 100 plus if I had gone for everything.
Yeah. The completionist in me is always like arguing because I have like this giant list of games. I'm like, ooh, I'll get to that or I'll get to that. But just like, it's like, all right, I'm just gonna go through the story. I'm not gonna be all completionist with it. But then like I see that little sliver of map hanging off, and I'm like, oh, there's something over there.
Yep. I have like, so I have two major notepads on my computer that I have, and like one is literally like, so I'm only going to touch it so it's not like getting too depressing, but my cousin did pass away last year. And one of the last things I had promised him was, because we actually played RuneScape together, which was the primary reason why I even play it anymore. But one of the last things I promised him was I was going to beat him to this kind of in-game completion. So kind of in memory of that, I'm still working towards that.
Yeah.
So like I have a notepad that is literally like, okay, so step 1, step 2, like all the way down through everything. And as I go through, I just cross them out.
Yeah.
And, I'm working through that list. And then I have this other notepad that's literally like games I need to beat.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so here's this series, here's which entry I'm on, here's the percentile that I'm through the game.
Yeah.
And like whenever I beat a game, I'll go back to this list and I'll be like, okay, so which ones have I already started?
Yeah.
Which ones even seem interesting at this time?
Sure.
And I'll just pick one and go back to it.
Yeah.
But kind of like you were saying, it's hard because like, gosh, I have such a drive from all those JRPG days to just go collect everything. So it's like, just you can do this a different time. We'll come back to it and do it then. Just get through the list, please.
Yeah. But yeah. And then on Hulu, it was like last year or... Yeah, I guess it was last year. There was this show based on a Stephen King novel starring James Franco called 11/22/63. It's where a guy goes back in time to try to stop the assassination of John F. Kennedy, which happened on 11/22/63.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a Hulu exclusive show. It's very good. It's only 8 episodes, but it's like 8-hour-long episodes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But like, really good. It's cool. Roller coaster. And if you have Hulu, I recommend it. But you could probably find it on the internet somewhere. But it's very good. Yeah. Brent, thank you for doing this with me.
Hey, no problem. It was a blast.
Yeah. Where can we find you and your things once more?
You can always find me on Facebook by my name, Brant Rankin, or by YouTube handle, which would be Razdighty or Razdighty Gaming. You can find me on Twitter at Razdighty or on YouTube itself, Razdighty Gaming.
Cool. Yeah. Watch them videos, have some fun, comment on stuff. Do that. I'm Santiago Ramones. You can find everything that I do on my website, santiagoramones.com. I make music, and there will be an EP coming out at some point in the future. And you can listen to that. In the meantime, you can leave a review on iTunes or comment on the YouTube video of the podcast, or you can just straight up just contact me or message me and let me know that like, hey, I listen to the podcast, I like it, or I don't like it when you do this, or whatever. Just let me know. I like keeping in touch with people. Yeah, I'm slowly moving towards episode 100, and so I'm going to have a plan for that. So we will see what that will be, but be excited for that. Did I already plug my... Yep. Yeah, I did. Okay, so... I always end each podcast with my 3 things, which make up my life philosophy, I suppose, which are: love never fails, it's going to be okay, I might be wrong.